Hello there everyone, welcome back to another video about a children's trading card game. We're going to get right into it. Thank you Sundar, my Simon level supporter. Deck profile time, as you can tell, and I'm very excited because this is the one of two drive decks I actually think is somewhat fun to play. So we're going to be talking about Dreadnaught, and it's going to be Supernatural. Ooh, alright, let's go ahead, let's just get started, and we'll sort of make our way through it. And I don't know, we'll see how long I keep that there. So I'm going to basically be going in level order. So one of the legends you're going to be playing is Oni of the Tatari. This card is really, really strong. Obviously, if you hit it as a counter, you're probably going to be on Suicide Watch. But if you get it yourself, in this deck in particular, it's pretty poggers. Why is that? Well, if we can focus on this, while you have one or more cards in your hand, this unit is triple attack. So in this deck, it's always going to be triple attacking. So it's going to be 7/5/1 triple attacker, which is really, really nice. And of course, you know, if you don't see it, it's doing its job. All the usual logic that applies to Haunting. So yeah, this is one of the legends I'm going to be playing. Level zeros. We are playing 4 copies of This Girl a Maybe. So this is a 1/1/0 counter to use the OD, and this top checks for a level 1 or less supernatural and will drive it if you get it. That is a theme you're going to be seeing, because when we add in 4 copies of Hyakume, this is top check for a level 0 supernatural. So the thing to note is if you hit... So if Hyakume drives another Hyakume, you get to use the ability. If Hyakume drives in a Maybe, you get to use the ability. If Maybe drives... You get the idea, right? So you can start to see that this is essentially a Darumageddon deck, but for units as opposed to events. So those are the level zeros. Onto the level 1s. I have no idea how I'm meant to do this. Okay, so we're playing 4 copies of Yoko. You really don't have to. I do enjoy the ability to go DR5, haha, your Aras is gone. And of course, you can get Breakthrough Defender and Charge Shield if you just enhance any of your crappy little level zeros that you are absolutely going to be having spare. So I think 4 copies of this card works quite well in this deck. And then you just need some more Supernaturals to round it out. So I'm playing Spirit of Sakura. This is a 5/1/1. It'll pop fields, which can actually be quite relevant. And it'll also does Divine Backlash. So this is actually a really annoying card because Divine Backlash does it to any unit. So actually, it can be really, really annoying to deal with this card. For the opponent, and if you just chuck this in defensive, like sometimes you can force them to play really unoptimally, like swinging in with Ruler or something, just so they can protect their units. Finally, I am playing one of the Legend. This is the only deck where this card is actually worth playing, even though it is not a supernatural. For some reason, like, it is actually worth it in this deck. So yeah, why not? Why not actually play this in the deck that it fits completely with the aesthetic and everything? So might as well, you know. On to the level 2s, and this is fairly straightforward. So we're playing 4 copies of Ox Oni Tenro. This is a set 1 card, which, you guessed it, top checks for a level 1 or less supernatural. So, of course, another one of these cards is going to plus. And you can see there's a nice, healthy stack of potential targets here. So, you know, it's the odds are not terrible. It'd be nice if it checked top 2, but hey-ho. And then we're going to add in some more bonus ones here with Ox Oni Tenkai. So the nice thing with this is the ability where it's treated as a level 0 for the top checkers. So this is basically, whilst it's a level 2 in deck, if you top check it, it counts as a level 0, and that's a 3/4/3 you can just play on the aggressive, which is really, really nice. Something I haven't also commented on is the fact that because we are playing Dreadnaught here, the way you can structure your turn, obviously you're going to top... So if you drive, for example, Tenro, and then Tenro drives into Tenkai, then you can attack with Tenkai, attack with Tenro, and then attack with Dreadnaught. And you might drive another Tenro, which gets you into another board. So the aggressive potential is really only anywhere near as good in Dreadnaught. And it's very much designed for the ruler. Finally, I'm just playing 2 copies of Joe of the Kamaitachi in New York. This is just to... Basically, you want to go face. This is a 5 attack unit, which you can't really see there, but this is a 5 attack unit, which means it can clear a lot of things, and it's going to OD pop the center. So I think this is a really nice card. On to level 3s, and this one is incredibly straightforward. For Gadroom again, yes, of course. You guys all know why this card is so good. And 4 copies of the big boss monster, Shino Akugoro. So why are you playing this card? Well, let's gather this up here. Let's have a little look here. So what does this do? Well, it's a 6/3/2. It's treated as level 0 for the top checker abilities, and it cannot be placed in the defensive zone. I don't know why I'm showing you, I should just do this one. And then as a standard action, you can banish a supernatural to deal damage to an enemy unit. So you can just basically board wipe later on in the game, or just targetedly snipe throughout the game. And if this would leave play, you DR3 to keep it in play instead. So this is just sticky, it's kind of annoying, and it's just good value. This is just a really, really solid card, and I mean, the Uber looks... and then, of course, you know, Droomageddon does Droomageddon things. So the level 3 lineup makes sense. Let's round out the units with 4 copies of Sakura Hime. So this is obviously, you know, top 2 drive 1. This card do be kind of good though. And this is so you see that basically every single card in this deck is either gaining you more value or is just very, very efficient. Right, like, so either these are cards that are going to get me more cards, like Droomageddon, like Sakura Hime, like Tenro, like all the level 0s, or they're cards that are just very, very solid and fit the archetype. So like this guy, like Tenkai, those are all adding to the ability for me to plus. Then obviously we got ability to do aggro, and then the level 1s are just really where the main utility thing is there. But yeah, that's basically the units. Let's quickly go through the events. So I play 2 copies of Rite of Ophidian Reincarnation. This is a weird card, but it's pretty cool. So the one thing you need to be careful with, and I feel like people don't read this card, is you know, it's not like... So, okay, you put the top card of your deck into the graveyard, and then you revive a supernatural. And then your opponent chooses one of their card. Then you sack a unit. So it has to be a unit. It's not just any card. You sack a unit, and then your opponent chooses one of their cards in play and puts it into the graveyard. So obviously this has potential to be really, really good, but this is going to be terrible when the opponent has anything they are happy to lose, or it's like the only card you get. So if you drive this card, this is terrible. You have to just set this and wait to use it, because otherwise you're just going to sack off exactly what you gained. Ideally, what's going to happen is, for example, you would drive like this one of these level 0s, and you'd go into the level 3, and you attack, and then you attack with your ruler, and you hit this. And then you're going to revive, like, you know, something big to the center, for example, or you've put the level 0 in your center, you revive something nice, you sack the level 0, and you're getting value that way. So this is a fairly restricted card, which is why I'm only playing 2 copies of it, and you do need to be careful when you use it. I've seen so many people misplay with it and just not read it. Reading is fundamental, so make sure you do it. Next, I'm playing Triple Festival of Flowing Lanterns. I really like this card. Basically, you are an aggro deck. You need to keep putting things on the board and keep attacking. So this is something whereby if you hit it as damage, it's going to turn off certain abilities of other decks, but more importantly, it's going to let you go, okay, I'm going to now do some more things. And you do have level 0s now, and granted they're not fantastic, but you do have level 0, so you are able to gain some value from this. Then finally, for the actual events, we're playing Four Space Cave. This card is ridiculous, and it's not foil because it doesn't come in foil in English yet. But yeah, so the counter on this is just going to rest anything, and otherwise it's a flying shield. I don't think I need to explain why that card is so good. And lastly, double Tatharija. So, you know, even with a level limit of 60, in order to make this deck work, I had to go up to 75 by playing 3 of the -5 cards. But I definitely think it's worth it, because as you can see, like, I'm able to fit in, you know, 4 of this, 4 of this, 4 of this, lots of level 2s, lots of level 1s. You're able to really fill out your deck with actually nice cards to play cards that aren't going to feel horrible to play. So my experience with this deck has been, it is fairly luck-based. I think I won't... You know, it is a drive deck, so that is its nature. But it's kind of fun if you're just trying to go for the aggro and really frustrate your opponent, because you're just going to keep making boards, right? You're just going to keep making boards, and your opponent's going to get annoyed. The downside is if your opponent goes, okay, fuck you, and rushes you back, or you get unlucky, you're not gaining the value that you should be gaining if your opponent isn't at least attacking some of your units, so you can just like keep making your board and you're not taking too much damage, because you only have 11 life. But it's a fun deck. I recommend you give it a go. It's very cheap. I think it's not even like, I mean, with the exception of the legend, which, I mean, if I was just like, if I wasn't just trying to force myself to use this card, where is it? If I wasn't just trying to force myself to use this, this would be a Scoob. Like, so I would like add this, I don't know, sack these, add in some zeros or something. Like I'd rearrange it a bit, but yeah, that's the only change that I think you would really make if you want to make this deck better. I mean, Scoob is a way better inclusion. I just like wanted to use the legend. But yeah, there we go. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, usual shit. Let me know what you think, if there's any changes I should make. And please look forward to more deck profiles coming very, very soon. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.